This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, here's my answer. Okay, so, this week's portion, next week's portion, actually. Jacob takes his family and decides he's amassed enough wealth, enough assets. He's going to start his own business, his own family business. He's done with Laban, who, in his words, changed their agreement hundreds of times. He's done. So he takes off, and someone comes to him and says, your brother Esau, maybe the word estranged should have been in front of that, is coming to greet you. And, well, it's been about 34 years. Ostensibly, if you do the math, Jacob spent 14 years in the Academy of Shem and Eber, according to the Midrash of our sages. And it was only then, afterwards, did he go to Haran, right? And hook up with Laban. Laban, he meets Rachel, marries Leah, marries Rachel, takes Zilpah and Bilhah for wives, has 11 kids, 11 sons, 1 daughter, and he decides he's done. So, he's worried now. His sons are actually, again, do the math, they say that Reuben was the oldest. He was about 13 or 14 when this happened. Again, who knows? But they were all kind of young. If Reuben was a teenager, then Jacob really didn't have much of a force to meet Esau, who was coming with 400 of his men. Esau apparently had done very well himself as well. So what does Jacob do? He takes a 3-pronged approach. He prays, of course, prays to God, help us out, do what we can, guide us, guide our footsteps, whatever. He sends gifts to appease Esau, to kind of make peace. And he devises a strategy by splitting his family up. This way, should Esau be out for vengeance and he attacks his family, at least half of them will survive, while the other ones basically are being defeated. This has become the model of Judeans dealing with ruling powers for the next 3,000 years. You pray, we all pray, right? And we take action. We don't sit around and hoping and wishing and praying and, my prayers come true, what else can I do, what can I offer? But they devise realistic strategies as well, strategies grounded in reality. They problem solve. Send peace offerings. Never hurts. But guard yourself, right? Hope for the best and plan for the worst. Some people don't do that. Some people pray maybe, but they don't take action. They don't problem solve. I don't know if any of you have the TV service Paramount Plus, but there's a new series on called Landon. It stars Billy Bob Thornton, and it's about the oil rigs in Texas. And he's kind of like a problem solver, troubleshooter. So they have a problem on one of the rigs with this team, and they're all complaining, and the foreman looks up at him and says, I know the problem. I don't want problems. I want solutions. And he leaves. And they figure it out. They do it. And that's what we got to do in life. We have to take the 3-pronged approach. You face a challenge, okay? You got a flat tire in your car. Yeah, you can pray. You can also get on your cell phone and call AAA or whatever service you're using, right? And also, you can make sure that when you travel on the roads, you're near enough to a city in case somebody doesn't come. That's proper planning. And we should always properly plan in life because we never know what's going to happen, right? Either you get a flat tire or your estranged brother's coming to get you for stealing his birthright. So one way or another, we have to figure out what to do. Like I said, some people don't. They wallow. Now, it's been said that you think your problems are bad enough, yet when you look at the problems of everybody else, you would trade your problems for their problems, which to me doesn't make sense because everybody's got their challenges. The difference is who solves them, who accepts the challenge, who finds solutions in the midst of the challenges. Jacob did. As it turned out, Esau came and the sage, and it turned out that they reconciled a little bit. The sages say that the man or the angel that Jacob or Israel wrestled was actually the guardian angel of Esau. And by defeating Esau's or the nation of Edom, which he was the ancestor of, he had to now acquiesce to him. So in a way, he found 4 solutions to his problem, didn't he? 4 ways to deal with it. Life's full of challenges. Life's full of problems. But there is always a way to solve it. And the people that you see that have lives that are beset with issues, they don't solve their problems. Think about it, do they? You see a little fire going over there, what do? You grab a fire extinguisher, fire it, you stomp it out a little bit, pour water out, whatever you got to do. If you sit there and panic and go, oh no, a fire, what am I going to do? What happens to the fire? Goes up, keeps going. You have a little fire, now you get a big fire. And if you back away, go, oh no, it's too big, I can't handle it, what happens? It becomes bigger. How many fires have we had, speaking of fires, in this state? A lot, right? Do you know what they do in Israel? What do they do in Israel? Remember when we were kids, they had, the buy the tree for plant a tree in Israel? Do you know what they do in Israel? They solve the problem of forests. They take their forest and they have sections. And they have a section of trees here, then they have a long space, and then they put a section here. That way, if this section catches fire, it gives them enough time to put out the fire before it jumps over, or maybe it can't jump over. Maybe it's too much of a distance. So the fire is contained. And that's what we need to do in our lives. We need to contain the fires that we face every day. And if we did that, here's what would happen. You would get stronger and better at solving problems. Problems wouldn't be seen insurmountable. It has been said, God put you there, God will get you through it. God does not give us challenges that we can't handle, that met to our ability. And what's that saying? May your reach exceed your grasp. Yeah, I still never get that, but people tell me it's really profound.
Robert Browning.
Was that Robert Browning?
Robert Browning, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it means you should keep trying.
Keep trying, keep reaching until.
What's to heaven for?
There you go. So there it is. So as we go out and we face a new secular year in a few weeks, let us think about that. Let us think that we should rise to the challenge. And when we have a problem, let us say, thank you, God, I have an opportunity to grow. And you watch what happens. Okay, I guess we have sound now. We solved the sound problem. Okay, let us continue with our closing blessings. Let us first give Barbara something to read. Barbara, why don't you lead us on the bottom of page 93? Lead us in a reading on a meditation on peace.
May it be your will, O God, that all war and bloodshed cease